You want to know the difference between passion and obsession, right? Good. Because most people can't even tell them apart. They think passion is enough. They think firing themselves up for a few minutes or feeling inspired after some uplifting video makes them worthy of chasing greatness. They think the spark they feel is proof they're special. But that spark, it dies every time. Because passion is fragile. It's soft. It's the kind of thing people can cheer for without feeling threatened. Passion keeps you liked, accepted, safe. Obsession destroys all of that. Obsession doesn't care if you're liked. Obsession doesn't care if your schedule collapses. Obsession doesn't care if people whisper behind your back, call you delusional, say you're doing too much. Obsession is a predator, and predators never apologize for hunting. You want to be the best? Then stop worshiping passion and start feeding obsession. When I step into my own mind, I don't see passion. I see angles, equations, possibilities, threats, openings. I see a world made of choices, each one narrowing into a single path forward. I see my ego at the center of it all, cold and sharp. And that consciousness, that metavision-like clarity, isn't something passion ever gave me. It was born from obsession, shaped by it, hardened by it. Passion is the crowd cheering. Obsession is the silence when the field is empty and no one believes in you but you. Most people don't understand what it means to evolve under pressure. They avoid pressure. They crumble under it. They look for comfort, validation, hand-holding, reassurance. They want someone to tell them they're doing well, even when they're stagnant. But transformation doesn't happen where it's comfortable. The evolution of your true ego happens in the places where you have to devour your own limits or be devoured by them. That's the difference. Passion gives you a warm feeling. Obsession demands blood. You say you want greatness. Good. Then ask yourself something brutal. How far are you willing to go before you break? And after you break, how many times are you willing to rebuild yourself from the shards? Because obsession does that. It shatters you again and again. It asks for your sleep, your comfort, your relationships, your identity. It asks you to stand alone and be okay with the loneliness that comes with being extraordinary. Passion wants you to feel good. Obsession wants you to become dangerous. When I think about what drives me, I don't picture crowds or trophies or celebrations. Those are aftermaths, not motives. What drives me is that gnawing hunger in the center of my chest. The hunger to devour anyone standing between me and the peak. The hunger to prove, not to others, but to myself, that I'm evolving faster, thinking sharper, adapting sooner than anyone else alive. That hunger isn't passion, it's obsession. And obsession has one rule: become undeniable. You see, passion can be satisfied. You can feed passion and it settles down. But obsession doesn't settle. It escalates. You meet one goal and it immediately demands the next. You evolve once and it demands you evolve again. You create one breakthrough and it pushes you toward the next impossible barrier like it was inevitable. Because when you're obsessed, it is inevitable. People think obsession is unhealthy. And maybe it is. But so is mediocrity. So is living a life where you never even touch the edges of your potential. So is silencing the voice inside you that knows you were meant for more and burying it under comfort until it dies. Passion is socially acceptable. Obsession is feared. And that's exactly why obsession is the only path to the top. There's a moment when you're pushing through the noise where your mind sharpens into something new. It feels like unlocking a hidden layer of awareness. Like suddenly, you're not reacting to the world. You're predicting it, manipulating it, sculpting it. You see possibilities other people miss. You track the movements of your rivals not as threats, but as patterns waiting to be broken. You read yourself like a map, adjusting your flaws in real time. It feels like stepping into a higher version of yourself. People have different names for that moment. Flow, awakening, vision. But for me, it's the ego taking the wheel. And that ego doesn't hesitate. It doesn't doubt. It doesn't wait for someone else to give permission. It simply acts, adapts, and devours. You want that feeling? Then you need obsession. Passion can't get you there. Passion stops when it's tired. Obsession keeps going even when everything hurts. Passion follows a plan. Obsession rewrites the plan mid-action. Passion plays to express itself. Obsession plays to win. When you're obsessed, every second is data. Every failure is intel. Every setback is fuel. And every rival you face becomes a chemical reaction designed to evolve you. You collide with them, clash with them, absorb them, devour the parts that make them strong, and integrate it all into yourself. You become a composite of every battle you've survived. You don't just improve, you mutate. Passion can't mutate. Obsession can. Look at your dream right now. Really look at it. Strip away the fantasy of accomplishment, the applause, the pride. Ignore the highlights. Ignore the end result. Focus on the process. The ugly, grinding, repetitive, lonely work. The part that feels endless. The part that no one praises. The part that breaks most people. If that process doesn't make your heart beat faster, you're not obsessed. You're just passionate. Obsession loves the process more than the outcome. Obsession eats monotony for breakfast. Obsession thrives in the hours where it's just you against your limits, pushing until something inside you snaps and reforms into something harder. When you're obsessed, you don't ask, how long will this take? You ask, how far can I go before my body gives out? You don't ask, can I do this? You declare, I will devour anyone who thinks I can't. You don't ask for respect, you take it. That's the mindset difference. That's the ego difference. Passion wants to feel good. Obsession wants to dominate. But here's the part most people won't tell you. Obsession is lonely. Completely, brutally lonely. You'll lose people along the way. Friends, relationships, approval, all of it. Because the higher you climb, the thinner the air gets. And people don't follow you into thin air. They stay in the comfort zone, where breathing is easy and expectations are low. You, on the other hand, learn how to breathe in places that suffocate everyone else. And that's when you'll understand the truth. Obsession isolates you, so you can evolve unconstrained. When you walk this path, you'll notice something. You stop comparing yourself to people around you. Instead, you start analyzing them, dissecting them, reading their patterns like a strategist mapping enemy movements. You start seeing where they're weak, where you're strong, and how you can leverage every inch to gain an edge. Your mind becomes a battlefield, always calculating, always analyzing, always refining. That's the ego at work. That's metavision in metaphor. Not just seeing the field, seeing the entire game. The hidden lines, the potential futures, the micro moments that shape outcomes. Seeing yourself as the axis everything revolves around. But none of this happens with passion alone. Passion sparks. Obsession sustains. Passion fades. Obsession evolves. Passion inspires. Obsession transforms. Ask yourself this: are you willing to be hated for your dream? Truly hated? Are you willing to have people twist your intentions, call you selfish, arrogant, delusional, obsessed. Because that's what they do when someone refuses to stay small. Obsession threatens people. It forces them to confront their own lack of conviction. It exposes the parts of them that settled, that quit, that gave up. And instead of facing those parts, they attack you. Let them. The world needs passion. It uses passion to keep people comfortable. But the world fears obsession, because obsession creates outliers. The ones who break records, redefine standards, and destroy expectations. If you're chasing greatness, you're not trying to be normal. Stop looking for approval from people who fear the heights you're running toward. When I talk about devouring, I'm not talking about defeating others just for the sake of it. I'm talking about assimilation, adaptation, absorbing what you encounter until you become the kind of person who cannot be denied. I devour to evolve. I devour to surpass myself. I devour because every confrontation is a catalyst. That's what obsession demands, constant evolution. Do you know what evolution really is? It's not just growth. It's not just progress. It's destruction. Something in you must die for something stronger to emerge. A belief, a habit, a fear, a weakness. You kill it off, and in its place, you build an advantage. Passion won't kill your weaknesses. Passion will coexist with them. Obsession executes them. In every moment of your life, you have two voices in your head. One says, "This is good enough." The other says, "Devour this limit and go further." Passion listens to the first voice. Obsession listens to the second. And if you want to rise, truly rise, you need to silence the first voice permanently. Let me tell you something harsh. Greatness is not a dream. Greatness is a number, a measurement, a result. You don't get greatness by feeling inspired. You get greatness by outperforming every competitor in front of you, one by one. That's the truth people avoid, because passion lets them pretend truth is optional. Obsession doesn't pretend. Obsession demands proof. You say you want to be the best? Then start thinking like someone who can be the best. Start acting like someone who expects to win. Start training like someone who knows the world won't hand them anything. Start analyzing your flaws like a strategist preparing for war. Start viewing your rivals not with envy, but with hunger. Every time you see someone better than you, your response should not be jealousy. Your response should be excitement. Because that person is raw material. Another chemical reaction waiting to evolve you. Another pattern for your ego to dissect. Another limit for you to devour. Obsession turns rivalry into fuel. Your future self is waiting for you at the peak. Passion will never get you there. Passion whispers encouragement. Obsession drags you by the throat until you become unrecognizable. And when you finally reach that level, when you start feeling your mind sharpen, when your instincts heighten, when your awareness expands and you start predicting outcomes before they happen, that's when you'll understand why obsession is the only path. Because the best aren't passionate, they're possessed. And now it's your turn. If you're going to chase your dream, then chase it with a hunger that never shuts up, with a mind that never stops analyzing, with an ego that refuses to shrink, with a vision that cuts through the chaos. Activate your metavision, sharpen your awareness, study your rivals, devour their strengths, erase your weaknesses. Become the one variable no one can predict or control. Feed your ego, push your evolution. Step into the loneliness of obsession and embrace it like oxygen. This is your formula. This is how you evolve. This is how you devour the world. Now, go. Awaken your ego, sharpen your metavision, and get obsessed, violently obsessed, with your dream. Nothing less deserves to survive.